So Supergirl came back with a Winn-centered episode, which is really great for me. I love Jeremy Jordan, love Winn's character, and he has a really intense background. We already knew about his dad, but with his mom and just what he went through growing up alone, feeling abandoned, it was really great stuff. Really great performances. Conversations with Alex, John, and his dad were really deep, and we got great karaoke performances. So it was really good.
All right, this episode of The Flash was insane. One of my favorites of the season so far. Folded Man was really cool. His powers were really interesting. And DeVoe now has the powers of every bus meta except Fallout, I think. But yeah, it's like insane. Ralph is dead. Hopefully he comes back. But DeVoe looks like Clifford now, and Killer Frost lost her powers.
I'm done with the Flash, bro.
For anybody that thought that Ralph Dibny was an annoying character, yeah, I would agree with you. But after this episode, he's the truest hero out of this season of The Flash. R.I.P. Ralph. And DeVoe is back. And now, ready to see the next episode.
Okay, this episode was by far my favorite episode. Lyta's mom, they don't say her name a lot, so I don't remember her name, to be honest. I'm sorry, but what she had to do with her brother, like, when they were little, oh my god, I felt so bad for her. Man, it's just a great episode, man. Like, what is happening? Seg got captured by Black Zero, and to say that he's Lyta's son?
Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ Robert Jama.
What's good?
Kind of cool. Bring you Just Clubhouse Podcast, Season 3, Episode 17?
Yeah, he kind of rushed that.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry. But,
no, Bears.
Oh, Bears. Yeah,
yeah.
Why?
What's up with that?
What's up, man?
What's up with that?
We're going to be starting off this week with Supergirl. Finally, after a 3-month hiatus, we are back at it. This episode was titled, Shot Through the Heart. Roll the clip. This week on Supergirl, while Team Supergirl spends some time together at the karaoke night at the dive bar, they see news of Winn's father being killed in prison. When Winn's mother tries to talk to him at the funeral, Kara saves them all when Winslow's casket explodes. Back at the DEO, after having Alex check on his mother, Winn talks to her. He finds out why she left 20 years prior but is upset with her. Mon-El asks Kara to talk about something important. The DEO is then attacked by a brigade of flying monkeys, but Kara and Jimmy are able to destroy them all. After helping Winn examine one of the monkeys, Mary goes to an abandoned warehouse. She is then attacked and held prisoner by an unknown woman. The woman, who is revealed to be Winslow's protege, tells Winn to come or Mary will die. Kara, Mon-El, and Jimmy help Winn fight his way to his mom. Jimmy destroys death cars, while Mon-El saves Kara from being trapped in a toy box. He then destroys a giant T-Rex mech. Winn then saves his mom from the woman. Meanwhile, Alex tries to get Myron to tell the truth about his dementia to John. This causes a rift between them, but Myron eventually tells the truth. Alex comforts John and promises to find a cure. While at another karaoke night, Mon-El tells Kara the truth about Imra and Braini's mission. That Pestilence, one of the world killers, evolves into Blight if Kara's killed. Mon-El promises to help her stop them. Jimmy talks to Lena on the phone, and she lies about her whereabouts in her absence. She's shown monitoring Samantha in the lab. Now back to the Just Clubhouse Podcast. What's up, dance?
And you're so bad, you have love, oh bad name.
Boom, boom, bah. And also, take on me, take on me, take me on, take on me on, in a day or two. Okay, I'm done.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, getting into this episode, it started off great. There's cringy karaoke singing, adorable karaoke singing, epic karaoke singing, all types of karaoke singing, and it dives right into the just the kind of the heart of the episode that was crushed, in which we see Winn kind of deal with his emotions of his father, the Toy Man, being dead in jail.
He's being dead.
Yeah, he's being dead. And it's kind of like he didn't know how to feel. I thought it was pretty cool that it was Jimmy that was the one that was like comforting him, and was, like throughout the episode he's like, you really need to embrace your family before it's too late. Because we are introduced to Mother
Mary.
Yes. At first, I honestly, right off the bat, she was acting like a sociopath, so I thought she was definitely just playing everyone.
Like those like quirks.
Yeah.
That are just, or signals that just kind of portray her as someone who's a little shady.
Yeah, exactly. And they were way too quick to trust her. Like, they brought her right back to the DEO after Kara had... There's no way that she didn't know that Kara was Supergirl.
Yeah, her and the pastor.
Yeah, they're just like, what?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool save, though. I was expecting more of like a Flash type save, but that was pretty, decent as well. Actually, the action in this episode was so good all throughout. Like, they really kicked it up a notch. Well, but again, my only problem with this show is the fact that they don't include John in these action sequences.
Scenes?
Yeah, because, I mean, I liked his story
Too
here.
much of the budget is being cut.
Yeah,
That's why.
and at least they gave him a storyline, though. That's the biggest thing. So you got the Toyman story. We got John. Well, I guess we kind of get this. We'll talk about it because it's kind of like shorter. Dealing with his father having dementia and Alex finding out about it, but not being able to actually talk about it. That's like super deep, especially what these characters have gone through. And then you have Winn, who's really not trusting his mom. And then Jimmy's like, you need to, because I did this. Well, my mom did everything, and I blamed. It's kind of like, I don't want to say we were like that growing up, but we definitely acted like that at some point in our lives, like when we're teenagers.
I think that's every teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just super negligent.
Yeah, and we take things for granted sometimes. But
dickheads.
We're definitely not taking what do you call that? We're not. What was I saying?
Excuse you. You're not taking things for granted now.
Especially with our parents.
We're all big kids now.
Yeah. And we appreciate everything they do for us. From here on out.
Don't cry, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, this episode is so interesting because it kind of just showed that she was being pressed, and I didn't even catch the bad guy's name, but she was pretty psycho.
I'm gonna just call her the apprentice or the protege.
Toy woman.
Yeah, I wrote that down too. Yeah. Not so sure.
And yeah, it was pretty cool. It was really deep and really like disturbing to hear about Winn's kind of past and how he kind of came to be is kind of a mystery because he's very strong. Like after all that, his dad turned into a killer.
Two broken parents.
Yeah,
created a very whole person.
Yeah, and he's
wholesome person,
a hero.
Yeah.
Then we have this whole Mon-El thing where he's trying to explain what's going on with Imra to Kara, and that was really cool. I love how Kara is like thinking it was about them.
She's like, I don't want to hear your problems between the two of you.
Yeah,
it's like that's not my business. It's not about her. It's about you.
And that's a pretty cool thing that we need to talk about later on. But
Blight.
Yeah.
Huh?
This episode, like I said, we're getting right down to action when they're taking on Toy Woman. Man, it was awesome. You see Mon-El wrestling with a giant mech of a T-Rex. You got Kara getting like tucked away in a toy, like a plastic toy
box. Yeah. Like these, like that thing.
Exactly. She was basically a living Funko.
They should have done that.
Yeah.
They should have made a Funko box. That would have been amazing.
Made out of like some sort of like what's something that they can't get up? Oh, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Jimmy, finally they let him get in on the action. I mean, he wasn't dressed as Guardian or anything, which I thought was kind of sketchy because he's kind of out there just saving the day without, concealing his identity. But
whatever.
We see Winn as well. That was really cool.
He really does have not the antics, but he has like very similar traits to his father.
He has the cojones.
He understands his father, and he used that against the protege.
It was kind of like
he knew
Tom
all
and
of
Jerry.
he knew all of his tricks.
He was like, "Oh yeah, but did he show you this?"
Yeah.
It's like one of those like
between the eyes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, through and through though, this episode was a great way to come back, and it was sort of kind of a filler. Not really.
Yeah.
Kind of just pushed forward.
It's fun though.
Yeah,
I like it.
It pushed forward some stories for sure. Like I feel bad that John has to go through that with Myron, but at least Alex is there, and then it looks like they're gonna find him a cure. So.
I like also how they portrayed like the racial struggles.
Yeah,
and
that those scenes bring in like a sense of realism. I like when they do that.
They talked about why it's important that he's black and why they chose to be black, and that was a really cool moment for sure.
Yeah, stuff like that, and then also the whole dementia thing. It's
that's scary.
Yeah,
because we have people in our lives that we had that kind of like that.
Mama Corning's.
Yeah, Mama. Oh my god.
The whole side is okay.
But yeah, getting back to this, it was really, really, really good. It had so many storylines that kind of just weaved together towards the end.
Sorry, I didn't say his name, Papacardo.
And we see Samantha real quick with Lena, who's monitoring her somewhere. So I guess we shall get. Did you have any like gripes with the episode?
No. I honestly, this was a good replacement for. Or continuation off of Legends.
Yeah.
Because that was super fun, and this was also an awesome, very fun episode.
It keeps the momentum going, because Legends was just like crazy. And then you come back with this, it was amazing. Like Kara bodying a bunch of like robotic monkeys was awesome. And then just seeing Mon-El use his cape to
cape tricks.
That was so sick.
That's so awesome. Sick. That means that they're actually gonna put use to the capes.
And then also Jimmy smacking around stuff.
Yeah.
That was insane. Yeah, they need to do more stuff like that, but we definitely need to see Jean more.
The capes, dude.
Yeah, the capes.
No capes.
Yes, capes. I guess we could get Easter eggs. There's quite a bit. All the songs, I mean, it's kind of hard to list all of them that they're singing, but we heard Take On Me, Shot Through the Heart is the title of this episode, and it's a pun on, what else was there?
His last name.
Yeah. Wayward. Mon-El singing
Carry on my way.
He's just like, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What else was there?
You think he's doing that on purpose, or he's just...
He could sing. I think he did theater with Grant Gustin.
It sounded like he hit a couple notes.
Yeah. I think it's just for...
I think he's intentionally singing bad.
They mentioned Ivy Town, Disneyland, Humpty Dumpty, Hot Wheels.
Would you say it corrected your thing too?
Mine said like Hippy Doompy or something. It was weird.
Oh.
Hippadumpy. I don't know what the fuck.
The autocorrect on our phones are crazy.
It was terrible. And then all the inventions that the toy woman made was like, it took me back to the episode where Clark was fighting Toyman in that factory. I think with Batman. I think. Oh man, that was so cool. What else was there? Operation was mentioned. Love that game. And I think that's pretty much it. Also Blight, that was mentioned. Which is the world ender in this.
You said Hot Wheels? Sorry.
Yes.
I'm my ADD. I just want to, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
But we were getting into the previews. I guess we have no other. What do you call that?
Yeah.
No.
All
right. So previews for art. Yes, Jeremy was mentioning World Killers were mentioned. Mon-El was telling Kara that Imra and Brainy's real mission to come back to the past was to stop pestilence, or how we're gonna call her Pastilan, and only you Filipinos understand why we call her that. So Pastilan is going to evolve into Blight if they don't make sure Kara lives.
Yeah.
Insane, because we've been hearing about Blight ever since Harry Wells. Was it Harry Wells? Yes.
Coffee.
Oh, it's insane.
And also HR. Like was obsessed with coffee.
Yeah. So next week's episode is called In Search of Lost Time. Myra inadvertently causes psychic disturbances at the DEO. Supergirl must work with Jean to contain the chaos. Mon-El begins training Kara in fighting techniques he's learned in the future. Cool!
Very nice.
He did say he was going to teach her those cape tracks.
That's what I'm saying. Cape tricks, dude.
Cape tracks.
They actually have, or they're going to have a use.
Cape tracks.
Instead of just being...
Instead of like the...
So, Edna Mod from Incredibles,
Edna. You need
no,
capes.
she's going to be proven wrong this next episode.
It's not just
actually,
for like...
Even this episode, Mon-El proved her wrong.
Yeah. It's not just for like, the Batman creep.
Yeah.
And they have a use.
Yes.
Yeah, they might get caught in some places, but it seems like Mon-El knows what to do.
He was like, Allah, hey.
Yeah, he whipped it like 3 or 4 times and then swung that.
Insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have 9 episodes of this left, and then it got renewed for another season.
Very nice.
Blight is going to be coming. It might not be in the form of pestilence, but Ruby's definitely still going to be Pastilan. But Ruby is definitely still alive, and apparently these world killers, they evolve. Ruby hasn't evolved. She's still a kid, so she still might be a problem for them in the future if they don't like help her, like control her abilities and stuff like that. I am excited for Pastilan to come.
Evolution. Pastilan turns into Blight.
Yeah.
And Samantha evolves into
like a doomsday. Like, she's like, what am I turning? And her eyes were red. That was insane.
Yeah, so that's probably what's going to happen. These world killers evolve into something else.
We were saying this since the beginning of the season that the Blight will destroy this world, which will make Supergirl's world, Earth 38, go to, and then we'll see Barry helping her and Mon-El and everybody, John, all of them trying to clear out their Earth while the Blight attacks it.
That'd be sick.
I am so excited
for sick storyline. Sorry, that's just all processing right now. Yeah, that's crazy.
Be insane. And then you could get like Imra like sacrificing herself because she kind of loves Mon-El, and hopefully I don't know what's gonna happen to Brainy. I'm actually missing Brainy. We only seen him like
3 times.
Yeah, something like that.
So.
This entire season. And it's kind of weird because it's like they have like this sort of disconnect because they're not showing up at the DEO when they should be, if that makes any sense. But yeah, hopefully we get to see them more. Really excited to see where they take this world killer arc and how they're gonna. Maybe this is not a winning season. Maybe this is like Savitar, but like Savitar wins. Like maybe the reason they're called world killers is because they have to destroy this place and kind of And they're already mentioned, like, it's kind of like when they mention little stuff. Yeah, I get it's different on each Earth, but when they start mentioning stuff, it makes you start to think, like, it's more and more connected every episode because they start referencing things that happen on the other worlds.
Like Black Lightning?
Yeah, exactly. They said
you're not some Supergirl or Vixen.
See, that's awesome. Like, it's going to happen. Even Steven...
That'll be hilarious if, like, you see the Nissa and Jennifer.
Yeah.
They're just, like, watching TV. This tonight on the CW, Supergirl. Oh yeah,
but it's like a documentary.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
I'm so excited. Stephen Amell even said it. He's like, I don't know why people are acting like we're not gonna cross over Black Lightning with our shows because it's definitely gonna happen because that's the way it works. See, he's saying it already. I know.
What if it's just like him going to their Earth, just so that it keeps the reality?
I feel like
that.
You're saying Jefferson go to the Earth? Oh yeah, that would be so dope.
Just for the first, the first crossover.
Yeah, that would be so
dope.
Like,
what the hell's going on? He's like, you're in our turf now. And
maybe he like powers out so crazy that he opens a breach.
Oh,
like he's like,
yeah. What if he does do that? Brain cells processing.
He goes through the electric force.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like...
I don't know what it's called.
No, maybe he just makes boom tubes. Sorry, I'm over explosion in my brain. That's what happened. That's basically what's gonna... Yeah, he boom tube. Yeah.
I'm excited. Like, especially getting the Supergirl, like you guys have said, and we agree, this season was just amazing. Legends in this season have been really great.
For sure.
The Flash started out great. And then for some reason it started to falter a bit.
Did you just burp?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Just a tiny bit. And Arrow, it's had its great moments, but definitely the villain. I don't know. I know he did a lot of damage, but he's just no Adrian Chase. So hopefully Supergirl it ends out strong, and I cannot wait to see Valor in his uniform.
Yeah.
Soon it's gonna be sick. What do you call it?
Next episode, there's a preview.
Mon-El's gonna be like, Wynn's gonna be like, oh look, I added some red on it,
Mhm.
and it's probably the most comic accurate suit in this universe so far. It looks insane. Is there anything else you want to add as far as theories go for this series? No?
I'm gonna stay silent.
I want to see Tom Welling on here.
Mm.
That's for sure. And also Michael Rosenbaum. He should just be Lex Luthor again.
Again.
Yeah. And then Tom Welling should be...
She should, and Lena should just be like, Lex, you haven't aged a day. And he's like, thanks.
And
like,
he got,
just the way he looks, yeah. With I know I'm not portraying him right, but like with his like attitude.
Yeah.
You know?
That'd be dude, he's like the perfect Lex Luthor. And also, there's another theory to throw out there, and it's kind of really out there, but what if Tom Welling plays like an older Superman, kind of like an Injustice, and like he's kind of evil, and then that's who the next...
Like Ultraman?
Yeah. That would be sick if he did that on this show. It'd be insane.
I would like.
But yeah, we can't wait to see Pastilan and to see the World Killers fight against Kara and the Legionnaires as well as Jean. They better have Jean put in his fist up against these people.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
See that.
I want to see it.
They use a lot of the budget this episode, but I think they can have him back.
Dude, the slow-mo shots are so sick.
Yeah,
and the destruction.
Especially with Kara. Like she had that post, I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah.
She was swinging it everywhere.
It was a gun. Like it was off the monkey's arm.
Oh, okay, yeah, and she was swinging it inside the DEO.
That was insane.
The slow-mo shots were perfect.
Combat's insane on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Dig it. Anything else to add?
No.
All right, with that being said, you guys, you shall see you on The Flash.
I didn't do it.
This week on The Flash, Barry and Ralph investigate a metabus and find traces of dark matter from Goss. Barry, Caitlin, Cisco, and Ralph find him, but he gets away. Cisco and Barry deduce that Goss can travel through pocket dimensions. Harry uses thinking cap to find Goss's pocket dimension activity. Joe confronts Harry over the use of the hat when he attacks Cisco after it goes missing. While out with Barry and Ralph, Caitlin finds him while investigating the location Goss frequents. Barry captures Goss, but they're all surprised by a samurai who stabs Caitlin. Caitlin heals from her wounds, but the ordeal makes Ralph angry. When Barry tells Ralph that killing DeVoe isn't the answer, the latter questions his leadership. While talking to Goss, Ralph finds out that he had been to DeVoe's lair. Barry stops Ralph from going to confront DeVoe alone. When Ralph comes to, he tells Barry that he wants to kill DeVoe to protecting Flash as they are his family. Barry, Cisco, and Caitlin use Ralph's plan to have Goss send him to DeVoe's lair, but they only find a hologram of DeVoe instead. DeVoe and Marlies appear at Star Labs and hijack all the systems. Iris fights Marlies while Joe takes on the samurai. Harry has Gideon pump the thinking cap with more dark matter, but it causes an explosion. Ralph fights DeVoe, who is taking Goss as his vessel. He uses Sonic Scepter Harry created and defeats DeVoe. When Barry, Caitlin, and Cisco return, Ralph captures DeVoe. DeVoe breaks free and takes Ralph as a vessel, while Barry is left powerless to stop him. Cisco and Caitlin are also defeated. In Aftermath, Caitlin learns that she has lost her powers, and Barry packs up Ralph's office feeling defeated. DeVoe uses Ralph's shapeshifting ability to please Marlies, and then continues his plan towards the Enlightenment. Now back to Justice Clubhouse Podcast. Alright, so getting into this episode of The Flash, which is titled Lose Yourself. Once I dance.
DeVoe's plans are complete.
Perfect. Here's mine. Lose one friend. Lose all friends. Lose yourself. Me
Dude,
manifesto.
That's perfect. Hashtag plays with squirrels.
Mr. Plays with Squirrels. Did I ever think that we're going to use a Boy Meets Girl reference? No, to describe a Flash episode. But that was just... This episode was insane. It was intense. It was action-filled. It was the right amount of drama. And it definitely took a crazy left turn towards the end. But
yeah,
getting into this one, they are after Edwin Gauss, a hippie dippy-doodah that can fold molecules. It was pretty insane to see the Flash, Killer Frost vibe, and Elongated Man all in one shot where they're trying to find the next meta. We've been waiting for that kind of moment for like this entire season, and I'm glad that they kind of gave it to us here. Although when they were fighting against DeVoe and Marlies, it was kind of broken up there. That was definitely an interesting turn. Like I don't know why it seems like they always have the OP people leave the room when stuff goes crazy and they don't have anybody but themselves to deal with the chaos.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Those situations just like purely suck. But it shows, like, it tests those normal humans, you know.
Like when Joe, like, he got a freaking samurai sword shot at him, he just looked at it
You pulled it out of the
exactly.
wall.
He freaking squared up with that samurai.
I really
that was
think
insane.
those types of situations is just like pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
Just like I feel like I'm about to die. I'm gonna just go all out.
Yeah. And then Iris she actually stabbed herself to defeat Marlize, which was impressive. I did not think.
Marlize is just like, whoa, that just like tripped up my whole brain. Like, what happened? Like, why are you what? Huh?
Because didn't she take like a piece of glass to like the chest before, and then she took a freaking samurai sword here?
Yeah, she's crazy.
Insane.
Anything for love.
Yeah, you knew something was wrong once Barry and Caitlin Cisco like they actually made it to DeVoe's lair with Gauss powers, who actually has pretty awesome like abilities. Yeah. And he's just a hilarious character, but you know something was wrong. It was too good to be true to see them in DeVoe's lair and having to use that tuning fork.
Yeah, but real quick, the way that Edwin was describing how he went through portals is just, or went through different dimensions is just, he's like, if only they showed him more often, that would have been awesome.
He reminds me of like Cisco, Salt Bay, and like
partial Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph and that guy from that 70 Leo from that 70 show.
Yeah.
It was like all of them
go.
combined into one character. He was very just like, yeah, man, and he's all about those positive vibe feels. And Ralph, he really like grew a lot this episode. At first he was a little annoying because he didn't take things too seriously. Then he took things way too seriously. But then you notice that his range of emotion stems from the fact that he wants to protect Team Flash. Like when you hear that coming out of his mouth, it's like, oh, he does have a heart. Like it's finally not about him. He's just like his face in that scene. Hartley Sawyer did a great job like conveying family. Like he actually made himself part of this family, and he's like, I will die protecting this family. It's like, oh yeah, that's dope. And then Barry's like, yeah, it wasn't about just protecting you. And it just shows the character growth. But then it makes it even more sad when all that stuff goes down at the end. You know, Barry, we finally saw him, you know, actually use his powers to like stop Ralph at that one point, and then just absolutely powerless to stop DeVoe from taking Ralph as his vessel, which we called, by the way. We've been saying that ever since DeVoe was.
We've been saying that.
Sorry. But yeah, it's insane to actually see that happen. And then the last thing, I think Barry was like, "I'll save you, Ralph," and he was like, "You already did." It's like, oh, right in the testicles, right in the heartstrings.
They really did like a full 180.
Yeah.
You're talking about his character growth and progression. It also like the story kind of just flip-flopped.
Yeah.
It was kind of wonky these past couple episodes.
For sure.
These past few episodes.
It's a little slower. It was slow paced, and then all of a sudden it's like
even so, it's just like we're kind of complaining as to where the story was going
because
how they portrayed it, but this was actually a good way to redeem itself.
Yeah,
I think they really did need that month or so to
rewrite things and do that.
Just figure things out.
Because DeVoe started off very, I keep forgetting the word. It's like intimidating. He started off super intimidating, even though he looks silly with that chair, you know, floating around. But now that he's in a host body that can regenerate itself, just like Barry's can, but has invulnerability, that is scary. And then he can wear DeVoe's face. It's just like when you see him wreck. He's using Null's abilities on Barry to keep him down. He's using these Izzy's concussive sonic blasts on both Cisco and Caitlin, and then he takes away Caitlin's powers with melting points.
Yeah,
that was bad. Like he absolutely wrecked them in a span of like 5 minutes. That was insane. He outsmarted them, and he took a big hit on the team. It was messed up. Like the very optimistic Barry that came back from the Speed Force, despite all this power, he's just powerless at this point. Like he actually told Iris, he's like, I need to be alone. While he was packing up Ralph's stuff, that was kind of sad. He's just like, should have killed him. I was talking to Jeremy during the show. I was like, sometimes I don't agree with killing, but like when
there are sacrifices, you gotta make.
And if someone like Ralph is willing to step up to make that hard choice to kill, it's, you know, if it's not on your hands and you don't want it to be on your hands, don't let it be on your hands. But if somebody else wants or needs to do it, and that kind of costs, I mean, it did cost Ralph his life, so.
I understand, like, the whole, like, being a hero, you gotta serve justice, like, a certain way. Killing is really not
last
the
resort.
Yeah, it's not the answer, but for situations like that, I think it's, like, just.
Yeah.
Because this guy's gonna terrorize not only you, but everyone else around you.
Yeah.
And this kind of goes off into Oliver.
Yes.
Green Arrow. He's killed sorry. I got
hundreds of people.
Yeah, not dozens. I totally messed up with that. Hundreds of people. So, and I still define him as a hero.
Yeah.
You know, I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah, especially with a villain like that, you can't, because you're just gonna give him opportunity to keep coming back. Just like letting Reverse Flash come back, or letting him go during the crossover, he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
And DeVoe, he's now in a host body that's basically indestructible. It's like the worst nightmare. You got a super smart guy with all these abilities of these overpowered metas that have overpowered Barry by themselves before they got turned into the vessels of DeVoe.
Yeah.
And Barry kind of like he was kind of feeding them to DeVoe every time, trying to save them, because he wouldn't make that choice to kill him. So, you know, it sucks.
Did you see that scene when he came, or the three of them came back, and the bodies on the floor? He took like 3 people's powers within the time that they were gone.
Damn.
And then the 4th one, which was Ralph. Dude,
he's OP. He has like oh my god. He's got 12 powers.
This
13
is kind of theories, but
he's got 13. Sorry, yeah? He's got 13 powers. That's bad luck.
Yeah. Not for him, but for the team.
For sure.
This is kind of going to theories, but you see how like he sucks the power out of them, like just like that.
Yeah.
I hope that they keep what's his name, Hartley.
Yeah. Ralph.
Ralph. By doing that, the opposite, you know, by taking DeVoe out of him.
Yeah.
Through
extracting DeVoe instead.
Exactly. And keeping him alive.
That would be insane. That would be awesome. But yeah, that really that was a blow to the team. But we needed this sort of episode for sure. We really needed him to kick it up in a high gear, and it's gonna be great. Last few like 5 episodes that we're gonna have for it. But Caitlin doesn't have her powers, and that's gonna be interesting because we're gonna have to see her, because she kind of got used to Killer Frost being at her side.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. She kind of like looked like it was kind of a bad thing.
I think it's like both. It's
like,
kind of
so sad for you.
Yeah, it's like it's good because I don't have to worry about someone else.
Yeah.
Or like having someone else take over me, but at the same time she's used to it.
Yeah.
And she kind of needs the powers to face off against other people.
And then we have Aminette too, still like out in the open.
No. Yeah, it's bad.
And then we have Harry, who freaking pumped his head full of dark matter, and then we don't hear from him again. Yeah. So Joe was just like, I took it after he beat up Cisco. He's like, this is awkward.
I'm not an addict. Just, I'm not crazy. Is that Peel?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's the consequences. Okay, cool.
That fits with it too.
Yeah.
Anything else before we go into Easter eggs?
You can go.
There's quite a few references and Easter eggs in this episode.
Yes.
Magnum PI was referenced. Another name for the Thinker, the Ponderer. Star Trek. With Cisco and he did like one of the Eric things where someone breaks his thing. He's like, "What the hell?" Thor, Odin's son, was mentioned.
Yes.
That's all I could find.
Yeah, that's all I got. I thought I had more than that.
I guess we could go into previews for the next episode. which is titled Fury.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Folded Man.
Yes.
That's awesome. That they just briefly called him that.
When he first showed up, it was so funny. He's just eating breakfast and he's like, "Oh no!"
He's delivering mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just walked back into what do you call it, the little portal that he opened.
Mm-hmm.
So next episode is called Fury Rogue. When Barry needs help transporting a dangerous meta, he calls on a new friend for help, Citizen Cold, and Cisco becomes suspicious of Harry. Ooh. Ralph's vessel as the big bad is very interesting.
Yes.
We kind of were guessing that it was going to be like I was calling it a chimera version of meta, but it still kind of happened. The face of the biggest villain is Barry's friend.
Best friend. Sorry,
that
not best
is
friend,
just that's insane. Like the very person he freaking Anakin'd him.
Yeah, that's true.
Barry is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he
You're wrecked, dude.
We need Jay Garrick. We need Yoda. Use the speed balls.
You mosh.
Right, right on his shoulders and everything. Closing out for the rest of the season, we still need to see Barry's daughter, or granddaughter, whoever it is. If we do not hear her say it is mode or crash, I'm going to freak. She's definitely going to be introducing the big bad for next season, I'm sure. And as far as going on off your theory, extracting DeVoe but leaving Ralph, like, are they dead or what? Like, this, he transfers his conscience within them, but are they there still somewhere? You think they're still in there somewhere?
I feel like in a sense, but the fact that I think Ralph is special because
he regens.
Yes.
Okay.
The other bus metas are like kind of like that's it.
Yeah.
Once they're taken out of the body, that's it. And I don't know. I just feel like he's got that sort of power in himself to still be himself.
It's like you just see.
Like I feel like he's deep down.
Okay. Like DeVoe's just like giving a speech, and all of a sudden his face like Barry, and like he pops out of DeVoe's face. It's like I'm in here still. Damn it, I'll be okay.
That would be so sick. Yeah, they should do that.
It's just like you see Ralph's head pop out of DeVoe's stomach. It's just like I'm in here. It's okay. Blow him up. It's like something like that. Something crazy.
Take my brain out.
Yeah.
I swear.
Give me a pump.
Back.
I'll swallow it. Like it's that's interesting. That makes sense for his character. Like it's like the indomitable will that's within him, and then the power to actually take over, take his body back.
DeVoe didn't know that secret attack that he did. He still had that little the
tuning fork. Yeah,
he's like, this fork is. I don't know what he said. He's just like, I can stick this up your.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's like this. I got this fork to stick up your.
Yeah, there you go. So I feel like he's got more tricks up his sleeve that he's going to figure out.
I like it. Ralph may not be dead yet, and that's awesome if he comes out of this alive. There were stills of the Flash going back to the day that the bus metas were born, but I don't know if that was like something to throw people off, or because you also see the Thinker in full outfit, like still back in the wheelchair and everything, and he's like chasing after Barry. So if Barry went back, I don't think he should go back in time, and if he did, that's kind of stupid because we know that's always like
that's gonna cause Godspeed.
Yes, if that's the case, exactly, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, just like it's one or the other. He can't go back in time.
Because you got to call something else.
Either live it out, or if you go back in time, something worse is going to happen.
Yeah, will it be worth seeing Ralph, like, just normal? Like, for another bad guy just to pop up? Like, it's not. I don't think that would be worth it. I don't think. Do you think Barry would be that stupid?
Him and, I don't know, but him and Oliver have, like, it's, like, so tragic.
Yeah.
They do, or they make decisions based on
impulse.
Not just impulse, but based on what they think is right.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not in the best interests of everyone else around them.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I agree.
But the cool thing about Barry is that he can go back and try to change it, but it makes something else worse.
What if he moves a bus, right? And then it hits. Oh no! It hits just one person.
Just Ralph.
Yeah, or it hits somebody named August. Season 5
That would be so
Flash.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be so stupid of Barry to do that.
Oh no!
But that would be really cool for his daughter, who I'm gonna call Dawn, just because.
Is that really her daughter or his daughter?
His daughter or his granddaughter. I think that she's going to introduce her form of the Reach, which may be the Blight, which is probably what DeVoe is trying to set in motion anyways, because he's talking about the Enlightenment.
And it also like matches with Supergirl's storyline, and they can just like, they're like, oh, Blight are invading our Earth. And he's like, yeah, look at these people, and then they're just like the same.
There's Blight everywhere, and then Tom Welling comes out of nowhere. Come with me if you want to live.
Dude, only people who watch the show is like, he's like, I'm Coffee Man. Sorry, that's just too cheesy. No, just erase all that.
Okay, but in there.
Jump cut.
Psych.
Okay, back to the show.
But yeah, they'll be insane. And Tom Welling's like, "Come to Earth 1," and they're like, and then Harry's like, "What Earth? Why do you keep calling it Earth 1? I'm Earth 1." And then everyone goes to their Earth, and then everyone's all superheroes in one place. But yeah, there's a lot of potential for this next season and for Ralph to make it out alive. That'd be awesome. Wouldn't you want him to join the Legends?
Yes.
That would be intense. That would be so cool. He's got like that lightheartedness that they kind of
no,
need.
but they can't. No. That means Ray.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Just keep Ralph.
Keep him on the show.
On the show, yeah. Is there anything else you want to add as far as theories go moving forward?
No, I think I'm good, dude.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, you guys, we shall see you on Black Lightning.
My nose is so itchy. I need to sneeze like right. It's not happening.
This week on Black Lightning, while in a coma-like state, Jefferson begins dreaming of his past. He remembers his time with Alvin, his death, his discovery of his powers, and Gambi taking him in. Lynn, Anissa, Jennifer, and Gambi can do nothing but wait. Gambi explains his past with Jefferson and everything having to do with the metas to the two sisters. Meanwhile, the ASA continue to search for Black Lightning, with Proctor becoming frustrated after learning that there are only 4 living pod metas. Tobias makes a plan with Cyanide and Khalil to bring down the ASA using Lala. After telling Lala that he can resurrect from any death, Tobias plans to bomb in him. Lala goes to the ASA headquarters where he explodes and does a lot of damage. Proctor manages to escape, however. Jefferson finally comes to after having a heart-to-heart with his father in his dreams. The Pierces and Gambi share a happy reunion, but Jefferson finds out his powers are gone. The ASA agents close in on the safe house, so Gambi volunteers to stay while the family gets away. Jefferson puts on his suit and refuses to let his friend die. Not wanting her father to die, Jennifer creates enough energy using her emotions to restore Jefferson's powers. Jefferson, Anissa, Gambi, Lynn, and Jennifer fight back against the ASA, eventually defeating them. Tobias, Cyanide, and Khalil kill the rest of the ASA at the headquarters except for Proctor, who had gotten away with the briefcase. The Pierces and Gambi confront Proctor at a facility he had a pod stored at. Jennifer brutalizes him with her powers before Gambi kills him. Lynn has the pods moved and the family moves on with their lives. Tobias opens the briefcase Proctor had and smiles at its contents. Now back to the Just Clubhouse podcast. Alright, so again, this episode of Black Lightning, which was titled Shadow of Death, the Book of War. One sentence.
Damn it, Turner. He been wishing for a burner. Saying I'm walking. Yeah, sorry.
No, I wanted to hit it with the because he did that. He stopped his fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this season was just phenomenal, and they wrapped it up in the best way that they could.
Super epic. I like
nobody died, thankfully, in this episode except for the bad guys.
Jefferson died last episode.
Oh yeah, technically he did. Let's get the flashback scenes out of the way first, because those are kind of like just a bunch of them together, so we're not all over the place. Jefferson basically reminisces about his father and are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm fine. I'm just doing random stuff.
Jefferson is basically reminiscing of his father.
ADD, sorry.
And like all the lessons are instilled within him.
Yeah.
And then everything leading up to him finding out how that he has powers, and then Gambi raising him after Alvin was killed. There's very emotional scenes. And then on the verge of death, he sees his father as an adult. And it's just like that scene is just so it hits you right
almost,
in the heartstrings.
it's like one of those things that like make you want to shed a tear, but then like your heart just like beats fast and you get the shakes.
Yeah,
that's what happened to me. I'm like, I'm not crying. I just feel about a bunch of other emotions, and
I'm a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, his father's just like, he was apologizing, or they were apologizing to each other basically, and then he's like, "I love you,
sorry.
son."
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, son.
And
no, I'm sorry, Dad.
That must weigh so heavy on you for that many years.
I didn't mean to make that whole scene.
It's okay. That's exactly how it was, basically.
But yeah, going back to what you said.
Yeah, to have that on your chest that you couldn't save your father, but you were just doing what he told you to do. He died protecting a lot of people. So then we fast forward. He eventually comes to, but he has no powers. So and they're like absolutely surrounded by ASA agents by the time he comes back. Everyone's freaking out. Gambi, of course, he does that. Like he's making you scared that he's gonna die because he's like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it's just like I'm gonna be on the front lines. You just go that way.
I was like, no. I was like, Jeremy, he did because he's like, I'll shoot. Jefferson doesn't got no powers. Anissa, you protect your family to get to the van and just go. And Jefferson's like, no. Puts on a bulletproof suit. Is like, no, we'll do this together. And Anissa's like, no. I want to do this. Like, it's like she really wants to really put herself in the fray.
And that's a great way. Sorry for them to showcase Jennifer's powers again. Like all the emotions that run through her is what powers her.
She was like Super Saiyan. Ah!
Yeah, I'm gonna give a super hug. Ah!
Exactly,
and it actually powered him. That's dope.
And he and Anissa absolutely wrecked shop.
Yes.
And so did Lynn and Gambi with their guns. And then
Jennifer's
like, pew!
Yeah, she's like, Ma, you did it. Good job. She's like, oh no, there's someone behind you.
That was awesome. She's just like,
legit is pure energy.
Yeah. That was so cute though. She's just like,
yeah, and it's just, it's like she was super scared before it happened, and then seconds after she's like, oh, I kind of like this. So I kind of like this action. I kind of like seeing dead people here.
And she whipped Proctor later on. Like she went like what her dad would do.
Gambi was actually smiling. He's like, damn, she's badass.
But yeah, before we wrap that storyline up, Khalil, Tobias, and Cyanide, they were up to no good. They don't care about Proctor no more. So basically, they took advantage of the ASA being distracted, trying to take on the Pearson Gambi, and killed basically everyone at the ASA except for Proctor, who got away. But he was eventually caught up to by the Pierces. So, he met his end. He was basically... I'm not even going to get into politics and stuff. He was basically every dickhead that you could think of being on the wrong side.
Dude, you're talking about Proctor?
Yeah, he's just twisting his words.
He dropped the MAGA bomb, dude.
Yeah, he did.
Don't know how I feel, but whatever.
I know how I feel.
He made a nice joke, though. He's like, everything's becoming politically correct.
It's like, that's what's ruining America. Yeah, I love how the political statements the show makes. It's, if you guys don't like it, well, then phooey.
I didn't like that thing, but I'm still okay with it.
But yeah, it was that was intense. First, it was a silly, funny scene. It was an epic scene when they confronted him, and then Gambi shot him dead.
Yeah,
he's like, "You're a monster," and he's like, "That's funny coming from you, Peter." He's like, I am a monster. It's like, let me get rid of this body. And then they're like, what are we going to do with the pods? And then the lab guy's like, I need the case. And then Lynn's like, I know someone that can help him. So you know that she brought him to the lab. So,
but that's crazy how they exposed them.
Yes.
Very smart.
That's I like good. That. Like it's the show has superpowered people in it, but the message is still very relatable to what's going on in the world now.
Transparency. We need transparency, dude.
I like how they're like, even though, vigilantes, in real life, would I think that they're okay? Yes, of course, as long as they're saving people. And that's exactly what the people of Friedland were saying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I also like how the police chief
Henderson.
made that. Henderson, he made that statement. He's like, although I don't believe in vigilantism, he's like, I do commend what they did that night.
No, you should have finished it in his
voice.
Sorry.
I can't. It's like...
That was good.
I half committed, and then I just dropped everything.
But yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
We got to see the Pierce and Gambi back at their old life while what's his name? Tobias is scheming with that briefcase that Proctor had left, and it seems like it's maybe plans for something even more potent than green light, because he was like, ha 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 ha.
It looks like pure acid, dude.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the king of Friedland, and then Cyanide's like, yay.
She did a little like a quarter salute. She's just like, it wasn't even like a...
I am so happy that they, kept Tobias on as the main villain, and that he has Khalil and Cyanide, and that Lalo is not too far behind the corner. He's going to regen at some point.
I honestly thought that he was going to take over.
Yeah, I think he's too much of a... He's not built to...
He's whipped.
If he can't stand up to Tobias...
Tobias got him whipped. Yeah. That's why.
He got Bucky Barnes. Yeah. And, seeing him
Mission report.
Yeah.
This sucks. That sucks. He just he can't do anything.
At least he got a cool name, Tattoo Man.
I know, but he's being
lackey. It's like every time someone's bothering him, it's like makes him drink a bomb.
Yeah.
And then boom. I like how Proctor's like, son of a bitch, he's a bomb. Let's get out of here. He's just walking down the hallway. He's like, that son of a bitch, Tobias, and then it explodes. It's just like, damn, that's just straight savage. At least that dude was not stupid enough to stay in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was such a cool way to wrap up one story and kind of move on to the next. The last shot of them running, and then kind of, I guess Lynn and him are back together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Seems like it.
Was there anything else we missed? Any dislikes about the episode?
Nope.
I just love the action. This action was so cool.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really did.
I guess we could get into Easter eggs if you found any.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you?
Go ahead. No, I did not.
Malcolm X.
Okay.
Just a lot of culturally
references.
relevant. Yeah. Tattooed Man.
Okay. This is their version of Tattooed Man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The Bye Felicia.
Yeah.
The lady said that. Nice reference. The Timmy Turner designer.
Nice.
Right,
Yeah. That I don't listen to much rap, but I gotta say that all the songs that they put on this episode
it fit perfectly, dude.
Yeah.
It fit perfectly.
It's just timed super well. It's timed super well.
Yeah.
Especially when it started getting happy when Khalil was just looking over all the dead bodies. That was insane. But seeing the Pierce family and Gambi owning people to the beat of that song was so cool.
They should have had a little kid with a pink hat. Just pop in. With the
little what do you call that? Propeller at the top. I guess we could get into theories for next season. Sure. I would just, this is not a theory, but it's a suggestion. Keep it at the 13 episodes. Because that was fantastic storytelling all the way through. Yes, there was maybe 1 or 2 episodes that were straight filler. But this show really knows how to condense it into a very just well-written, immersive story that you just want to follow every single week. Theories. I definitely think Static Shock is in one of those pods still.
They should do that.
Tobias is probably going to use the findings to take advantage of the kids in the pods. And it's probably going to be the whole Bang Babies thing where Static is literally the only one that is good. And then the rest of the Bang Babies, or if that's what they're going to call them or whatever, they're not.
Dang.
And
that'd be sick.
Yeah, and then we still have those other kids that are missing. Unless those are the kids that are missing.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, because there's still 9 other ones. Yeah. If those people are adults. So we still have maybe 9 seasons of bad guys.
Yeah.
But Tobias Whale, he is the baddie for sure.
Yeah.
And that just sucks.
He's a goat villain, dude.
Yeah. To be honest, yes, I did also want to see Lala step up, but like after this episode,
He's like,
it's just...
you punch like a bitch. And then he's just like, mission report.
Yeah. And the next scene, he's like, boom.
He's like whimpering. He's like, I can't say nothing because I got this bomb in my throat. You know, it's just like, it just sucks. Like, this dude looks like he's so menacing. You know? He looks like he can just tear down anything that you break or you build. Break, what the fudge? Anything that you build, and you just say mission report or whatever the hell Tobias said. And
Tobias bitch smacked him into the next century. He just he went like, boom. That was it. I like how Gambi also, like you said, he was explaining the whole meta-human thing.
Oh, yeah.
How its ability within people.
It's like, it's so calming. And I don't know, I think it's his voice that makes it so easy to understand what he's saying. Yeah. His voice sounds like an amazing storyteller.
I'm telling you, you gotta watch Dexter.
I have to.
Because he's just like, what did I tell you, Dexter?
He's got like that voice that just like it's soothing, you know. It's like you can listen to audiobooks that he talks through, you know.
I'd love to listen to one of James.
Sponsored by Audible.com.
But he's just like what is it? He's like, metahumans is something built within. Tobias and Khalil and Cyanide are artificial. Yeah. They're not real. And then Jennifer's like, this is too crazy.
Yeah.
It's so cool. So that means anyone could have the meta gene in them. It just all depends on what triggers it. We're going to get powers by next season, I swear.
You mean us?
Yes.
So we can review all this stuff that fast and we won't have to worry about everything else.
I feel like this is kind of going off track, but if I had a superpower and I were to change into something that's within me, it would either be empathy or invulnerability in the form of
Ralph Dibny.
Yeah, like that, because I'm so chunky, like nothing can pierce me. I'll be like the Blob.
Sorry, I know this is, what do you call it? Wrong show, but I forgot to mention it. He's just like, like before all this, I was able to just sleep on my couch without doing anything, and like even going to the bathroom, I was still on my couch. Like, you know what I mean? Because I stretch. He's like, because I stretch my. He's like, okay, we don't need to. That's funny. Going back to this. I don't know, powers. I think I would. That's too much.
Based on your personality and what you portray,
I'm a hothead.
So
when it comes down to,
you're also kind of
I'm calm, but like when things trigger me, I get like super hothead
and impatient. So yeah, super speed and fire.
Dang. Whoa, that's crazy. I'm just picturing me like throwing like
fireballs.
Fireballs. Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, is there any other theories you got for this TV show? Which we shall be doing next year for sure.
Yes, I just want to have these shows come back.
Yes.
Or sorry, more specifically this one because it's already done.
This is kind of going back to Supergirl because I forgot to mention it, but
regarding we're backtracking a lot.
A little bit. Sorry. Going back to Pestilence, I think Bastilan.
Yeah.
I think that going off that blight theory of them taking over the world, I still think that maybe Ruby might play a part in it because apparently all these world killers evolve. So what's to say that Ruby doesn't evolve into a blight if they don't control her?
That would suck.
But yeah, what if that's the case too?
That's crazy because she's born from a
Kryptonian. So she's a hybrid of already a hybrid.
Yeah. So
and that hybrid evolves, and we'll probably see Samantha turn into some sort of
it's like they're it's hereditary.
Yeah.
Evil, just like it coincides with evil.
Like watch her. Like the last frame we're gonna see is her eyes go like green or red.
Yeah.
And then it'll cut.
No.
But yeah, getting back to this episode. No, nothing else.
No.
All right, so with that being said, you guys, we shall see you on Krypton.
I don't know why I did that. That's super awkward. Could you just cut
One,
everything?
2, 3.
I'm not doing this.
All right, so getting this episode of Krypton, which was titled House of Zod, Wonton Thoughts.
What? You're my mother?
Yeah. There's some crazy time travel stuff happening in this episode.
I had to think about that for a second. I was about to say, you're my father. I'm like, no, that's the opposite. Whoops.
Lyta? Why did you say that name?
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode was pretty interesting. It was a little bit more of a backstory to the commander of the Black Zero, but it was interesting as fudge. But leading up to that, we see Seg kind of venture into the Badlands and then find his way to these people that follow some sort of ice goddess. After he finds one, what was her name? Rika.
Yeah.
Who was just kind of like hanging on by a thread, and he helps her get back home. So in turn, she helps him get kicked out. And he's basically left to fend on his own back in the Badlands with like barely any oxygen in his little device, which he picked apart eventually. Because that was kind of funny. He was like low oxygen level. Please add more oxygen. He's like, I really can't do that. He's like, please add more oxygen. You already told me that. He's kind of like going delirious and crazy. But what he does is he takes like the components of it to... or maybe it was just a battery.
I think it just was, yeah.
To power up his communicator so that way he could get to Adam Strange, who was kind of worried about him. But, he did what he did, and he kind of got, lost. But hopefully next episode he bounces back, because it was kind of tough seeing Seg kind of get his ass kicked the entire episode. He did not.
Just when you think he's about to get saved, because they go in, Lyta and what's his name?
Lyta?
What's that guy? What's the other guy's name? Strange,
yeah.
But then you just see a big dude just like, nope.
Yeah, you see the commander again.
Yeah,
his face too was like,
he's about to get saved, but then he gets brought back to the Black Zero headquarters. Like what?
What he was going off of Lyta, she was found innocent because they decided to throw I forgot his name is Darren, right? Darren Vex, the Punani guy.
I think so.
Mrs. Father. Well, something. Her father was having an affair with the very guard that was the one that killed the Rankless, and they just threw it to the lions in the end of it. So it didn't even matter at all. Like Lyta's mom was like also struggling. You kind of see her backstory and how screwed up of a person she kind of is. Like that was cold, man.
Yeah, that was pretty cold.
And at first, I guess I could get this out of the way. I thought that the commander was her brother because, like he's been out there.
He kind of looks.
Yeah, he kind of did
similar.
look. I mean, there is a relation there, but it's not what you think it is. But yeah, Lyta's proved innocent thanks to Nyssa. And her mom, for some I don't understand. That's the only one thing that bothers me about people just following this sort of structure of government. It's like, really, is family really that less important to you than a rank?
And that I don't know. I don't know how close they really are.
Yeah,
because some families are different, but even still, I would try my best to defend my kid.
Yeah, she had to wait till last second.
Lyta's she could be accused for that stuff, but she's part of the system.
Yeah,
why would she go ahead and do that? And her first instinct is oh yeah, she is okay. So I'm gonna just throw her to the wolves and just let her die.
It's just that's such a stupid mentality.
It's kind of ass backwards.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's you must do what the rules. Shut the rules.
The first thing is she thinks of her daughters that she's ashamed.
Yeah,
to have her as a daughter, and that
sucked. That really sucked watching. Because Lyta's great.
I'm at a loss for words, especially when it comes to family like that. Those types of scenes where it's the total opposite of how we actually live. It's crazy to see
them.
Stuff
it's
like that
if they see a bullet, they will make they won't put
this is the person.
Yeah,
right in front of them.
Either that or they choose to give up somebody else's life.
Yeah,
which is what they basically did. And us would just jump in front of whatever, a moving train, and just to save the people that we care about. So it's kind of interesting to see that's kind of how hardwired the Zods are as far as wanting to keep the family name on a pedestal, I guess.
It seems more for herself.
Yeah,
the mother.
Exactly.
instead of like keeping the family name.
What is her name? I feel bad that we don't really. Jaina. There you go. Jaina.
Oh, what's cool is that she's in Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah,
I don't know if I mentioned that.
I didn't recognize her.
What if they go, like, hand in hand?
Yeah, that would be dope.
Sick. And
That'd
she's
be so
just
dope.
like, in Wonder Woman, she's like, she's like, I was in a different planet.
Yeah,
and I found myself here.
That makes sense, dude, because, under the yellow sun, she's super powered, so
yeah.
Makes sense. But yeah, the story of the show is getting real good. We did not get any Brainiac really this episode, but it was still...
Until the... Oh, no, it was a preview.
Yeah, it was a preview. Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty cool. There's one thing, though. I just have to ask this.
What's that?
They changed Adam Strange's sexuality just for the show. He was looking up that... Like, at first I was just like... There was just like a quick moment, but then he actually looked this dude like, up into one of the soldiers. So
whatever. They gotta just...
They just threw it in there.
They have to adapt.
But yeah, it was pretty cool that Adam and Lyta went on like kind of rescue mission. And I did not think that they're going to be able to find him because there's just like literally a couple minutes left of the show.
Yeah.
They find where he was at, but they don't see him. And then I also like that she kind of told that one soldier off, and that soldier's like, okay, yes, ma'am. Because she was like blasting Seg. But yeah, it leads to a very cool confrontation between the commander and Lyta. And Lyta was putting in some moves, but that dude was like actually terrifyingly close to like killing her.
He's too, I don't know, he's too big to take down.
Yo,
she really did put on the moves, but
yeah,
you can't take down a dude that's like that massive.
That was scary because he was like tossing her around like he was enhanced.
She can like take hits and throws because she got her head bopped like 5 or 6 times, and she's just like, oh,
and this dude's like 3 times her size, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's funny too because the first thing she did is she kissed Seg when she saw him, but then like his reaction was like my reaction too. Like she just left him, and he was like, "Okay, I'll just stay here restrained." And then the dude's just like, "I'm your son," and it effed us up in the head.
So there's not just one time traveler; there's multiple.
Yeah, this is insane. And this guy's trying to stop Brainiac too. So, yeah,
apparently,
I guess we get...
Apparently he's General Zod.
Yeah, he is the Zod, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that they changed it up here. Get into the previews, that's exactly what it was. The reveal, Adam Strange is like, this is one of the most dangerous villains of Superman. We need to kill him now. But as a time traveler, you should know that's not a good idea to just take somebody out just cause.
So that means that they aren't together.
Well, he was light-skinned-ish.
That would suck, though. Like, your son being a villain to your grandson.
That's poetic, though. That's what makes it even more interesting and crazy.
At the end of the fight of Zod versus Superman, he's like, I'm your uncle.
No!
He's like, but how? You, me, you. You, me, you. I don't know, dude. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then next week, apparently, everyone's working together to create Doomsday.
Yes.
To battle Brainiac. Who has taken over the
voice of Ra.
Yeah. And he looks insane. Like, I'd rather take the one that's in the ship, like, to be the main villain, like, as far as the aesthetic, the look goes. But this dude looks seriously crazy as Zod. He's like, I've come to liberate you.
You mean Brainiac?
Oh, yeah, sorry, Brainiac.
Yeah.
I would have rather taken that Brainiac on a ship, but this one's good too. I think it'll be pretty cool to see a superpowered villain take on a group of, or a civilization that has no powers at all, just using their smarts, and to see whether or not Doomsday is the good idea.
Yeah.
They're literally creating Superman villains.
So then, if like one of them gets taken down, the other one will take over. It's like you just created another mess.
Yeah. And Adam Strange is like, we're supposed to be getting rid of the bad guys, not making them.
That's crazy. They essentially will have 3 villains. Next episode.
I'm excited.
Wow.
And we're also supposed to see Hawkgirl at some point. So
yeah,
be interesting. Is there anything else you want to add?
Don't think so.
This show is so solid. If you guys are sleeping on it, you shouldn't. You should watch it every week.
You should
It's
stay
really
up and watch it. It's a little late, like 10 p.m. Eastern time, but it's worth it.
Yeah. So that being said, you guys, we shall see you on Arrow. This week on Arrow, Diaz's Laurel help him get a meeting with a criminal organization named the Quadrant. Hoping to speak to one of its leaders, he is instead met by one of the leaders' arrogant son. The son tasks him to bring one of their men who has been caught by the FBI back. He and Laurel kill all the FBI agents and are met by the son outside after saving the man. The son shoots the man and Diaz as well. Diaz survives the shooting and surprises his son with Laurel. He and Laurel easily overpower him and his men. They find out that the Quadrant is meeting that night. Diaz rigs an explosive on the sun which takes out most of the Quadrant's men. He and Laurel kill the rest of them before meeting the Quadrant. After being berated by the father after asking for a seat with the Quadrant, Diaz kills him. The other members agree to listen to his proposal. To finish his mission, Diaz kills a man who tormented him as a child named Jesse by burning him alive, much to Laurel's dismay. While trying to help Felicity work on Helix, Curtis finds out that Team Arrow disbanded. Felicity confides in Curtis of her concerns of Oliver going at it alone. Later, Felicity hears of the news of Green Arrow fighting crime and going missing after a bomb went off. She's surprised to see him at home. He promised to always come back just like he promised William. Now back to the Just Clubhouse podcast. Alright, so getting in this episode of Arrow, which was titled The Dragon, one sentence.
Orphan dragon finds his way to the table.
That was so racist.
I'm so sorry.
But that's perfect.
It's okay. We're Asian.
Yeah.
We're not. I'm not trying to be.
It's
Asian.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode was pretty interesting, told from the perspective of a villain, and we've had a couple episodes that were like that throughout the DCTV
But this one
universe.
was like a little extra weird in terms of the fact that we only saw Green Arrow like once.
Yeah.
Or Oliver just once.
That was pretty cool. Well, remember in Legends of Tomorrow, it was literally just the Legion of Doom. One episode.
Yeah.
You did not see the heroes. It was just the Legion of Doom.
That's true. That's true.
So it was pretty cool to see. This episode kind of gave more respect points, in my opinion, to Dragon from me, because honestly, I even said
as
last
a villain,
week,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I said last week, like, he just wasn't doing it for me, and I'll be completely honest. But this week you kind of see where that pain comes from, where that brutality comes from, and the dude is he's tragic.
He's broken.
He is super, like, he's saying
orphan boy that got tragically like messed up.
Yeah,
physically, mentally, emotionally. And
damn you, Jesse.
He kept that with him.
Yeah,
that's the big thing, is that he kept that pain and fear all those years.
Which is why bullying shouldn't be a thing in general.
Yeah.
Whether kids turn out like that or kids turn out like just broken and they don't do anything, like, just don't be a bully.
Yeah,
just be a friend.
And it sucks because that dude didn't know. Like, he didn't remember any of that.
Yeah, but he created a monster.
Yeah.
That's what sucks. It's Catch-22.
That's so true.
But yeah, this episode was interesting because we got to see more of Laurel and her kind of like accessing her human side.
I know, but she had so many chances to do the right thing.
I think it's so hard for her because she is a villain at her core.
Sorry, those scenes where she was watching him like beat up those dudes.
Yeah.
Sure, okay.
It's like, it's too much for you. Just kill somebody.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to interfere with that because he's already like messed up.
Yeah.
But that ending scene was like, that was your chance. That was her chance to like at least do something. You know,
you
like,
could literally shatter that dude's bones.
Yeah,
just
or
with a scream.
Stop the, what do you call it? The fire.
Yeah.
The lighter. Just take the lighter. Damn it! Just throw it off, and then get him out of there.
Yeah, that was kind of funny too. Like, I don't know. I think they're kind of in a way a good duo as far as just, you know. Obviously, I do not ship them, but I think they're a good duo as far as being villains together because they're so
broken.
Yeah, it's and it sucks because Lance probably doesn't know where the freak she is.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's okay. She's learning about being a lawyer.
Yeah, no, she's killing them. But
that's true.
Yeah, she had some pretty cool like moments during this episode that I found kind of hilarious. Like, there's this one that stood out to me other than her kicking ass. And to be honest, the bad guys that they were so basically, Dragon was fighting a group called the Quadrant to get into them.
Yeah,
and they're bad guys as well. And I think it was just right that he killed off many of them because the Quadrant's a bunch of douchebags. Yeah. They're like the worst type of bad guy.
I think the main a-holes were those two, the father and son.
Yeah.
They're just very
disrespectful.
Ignorant,
arrogant, everything.
I was about to say arrogant, but yeah, that too.
Because even, as weird as it sounds, like, even Dragon has, like, a sort of standard.
Yeah, honestly, that's like a super douchey thing. Like, it doesn't really matter where you came from. It's how you got there.
Yeah.
You know? He's there, you know, in front of them during that meeting. That's true respect.
Yeah.
I would give that person respect if it took them all that to get to where they want to be.
You waste my time. You're wasting my time. I'll get them delivered to you.
Those words, he's like, oh, looky. There's now a seat at the table.
Empty seat.
His voice is pretty...
it's menacing now because he has like the control over it. Before he sounded like a grandpa, but
it seems like he's hurting.
Yeah,
you could tell the way his stature.
Yeah,
he's like limping a little bit, and every time he punches, he lets out a little. Yeah, it's like it hurts him to punch.
Yeah, he's a dark character, man.
Very dark.
Like again, like I said, he's not up there with Adrian yet, but he is getting there. And yet the gunslinging was crazy. Like, he's ridiculous. He took out like
he's a pistol
30
dude
FBI agents
with a pistol. He only had a pistol.
And he didn't get shot until he got a freaking surprise attack. Like, that was insane.
But even still, he's very
resilient.
He's on edge, and also very like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it out, but I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah,
just like that effort mentality.
She was like, "What would happen if you got shot in the head?" I'd probably be dead.
Yeah, dude, that's a pretty good impression of him.
I sound like an old man. You sound like an old man. It basically sound like a. But thank you. And then we just get like a brief, like scenes between Oliver and Felicity. He's literally in it for like a minute, and he's like,
"I'm okay."
Yeah, basically. And I like the solo Oliver. He's much more confident. He's a little bit more lighthearted. He's not. It's like he's not carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, and I guess that's what the team kind of did.
Yeah, and it's funny that they're worrying more
about him.
It's the opposite.
And Curtis, like, at first he's like, okay, I'm not gonna try to make it like seem like I like that statement after they found out that Team Arrow broke up, and she was like, yeah, don't, because that's messed up. But I like that he was there for his friend. It was very respectful. I like that he's kind of like the voice of reason behind that outsiders team. And he's willing to put stuff to the side to do some good work with Helix. Do I think it's gonna bite them all in the ass at one point? Yes, it's gonna bite them in the ass at one point because they're gonna realize that they need Oliver. But yeah, getting back to this episode, other than that, it was pretty much just Ricardo and then him getting his seat at the Quadrant and then getting revenge on Jesse.
Yeah.
Damn it, Jesse.
That sucks. He was super, like, out of it. Like, he didn't know what was going on. And it just felt bad because he's like, oh.
And when he's like, you still like fire, Jesse. And then that was like a dark moment right there. And then you just see, even if you got Black Siren going, like, looking at you like you're kind of crazy.
She, like, cringed.
That's bad. You know, that... It's crazy, though. It looks like Ricardo's pushing his enterprise from Star City to, like, global. So, it's bad.
Prestige worldwide.
Prestige worldwide.
He just says it in that voice. You just see both Dale and
worldwide.
Brennan.
Worldwide. Prestige worldwide. What else was there? That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we shall get into Easter egg.
Sorry, that should be the hashtag.
Worldwide.
Yeah, Prestige
worldwide.
Hashtag Prestige worldwide.
Yeah, you catching Easter eggs?
Yeah, I think I did.
This episode was supposed to be called Enter the Dragon, so I would have had a cool Bruce Lee Easter egg, but no, it's just called The Dragon.
That maybe it's just like copyright issues.
Yeah, this is the second episode that Diggle hasn't been in all of 6 seasons.
Dang.
That
sucks.
and this is like one of the. This is the second episode that Oliver had not the lead role in it. So.
As for Easter eggs, they just got Bloodhaven.
Man, it would have been cool if Dib Grayson showed up.
Sorry, yeah. Channel 52.
Oh, nice. Dakota, yeah.
It's been a while.
It has been.
I thought the Quadrant was something like some sort of crime syndicate that's in the comics. Maybe it's masked as that name for something else. Maybe it's like trying to call out to another crime group.
Maybe Intergang,
yeah.
It depends.
Sure.
That fits more with like Supergirl's story, but like that would be cool if it was Intergang, because they're just like, we're not barbarians, but you said money. Let's talk.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of like a lot of the villains.
Yeah, the way he sat down, he was just like, he's sitting like this.
He's like, feels good.
Let's get started. Yeah, you want to get into the next episode if you have no more Easter eggs?
Easter egg. The Glades? No.
Oh.
Nothing?
The Glades.
The Glades.
The Glades are back.
Glades of Glory.
I remember when that was such a big thing in the second season.
With Brick?
Yeah, with Wick. Oh, no. That was with that was third season, wasn't it?
Third.
Yeah. Sorry. Next episode is titled Shifting Allegiances. And what happens in it is that Oliver turns to an old friend to help battle Diaz. Renee is finally out of the hospital but has a hard time readjusting to life as Wild Dog. And Lance discovers something shocking about Black Siren. Oh, no. Theories.
Sorry, real quick, you said he brings in an old friend.
Yeah.
You know Lord Mesa?
Yeah.
Or Lord Mesa? He did this thing, it's like How to Train Your Diaz.
Yeah.
And then he brought Cisco, he brought what's his name? Jay Brew, whatever his name is, from How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, Jay Baruchel?
Yeah.
Okay.
He brought
That's awesome.
that character.
That's
and
funny
then
as
he was
shit.
dressed up in Arrow's clothing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Dude, that guy's amazing. Please make us art for our channel, please.
If only there was like an animated show like that where you could do that, where you could bring in different characters from anything to kind of like
crossover.
Yeah, crossover. There you go.
That'd be insane. But theories moving forward. We've got only 5 episodes left.
Yeah, somebody gotta get hurt real bad.
This is the no. We only This is crazy.
What?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, it is just 5.
5. We're at 18.
19.
19.
Next week is 20.
There's 24 episodes.
No, there's 20. There's only
episodes.
23 episodes. Okay, so I was thinking 25 episodes for some reason. Yeah,
so 4, 3, 4.
Yeah,
4
episodes left.
Dying, dude.
I do believe that towards the end of this, the last episode's titled "Life Sentence." I think I think they're gonna adopt the Supermax prison storyline, sorta, kinda. I don't know if they're gonna do it exactly, but that would be cool for them to branch off into other things like Diggle will be with Argus. The 3 will still be doing their thing. And then Felicity will try to get Roy and Thea to come back from their quest with Nyssa to break Oliver out of Supermax while he tries to survive with a bunch of, I don't know if they're going to be metas or just crazy people, but back to the basics would be a good thing for Oliver's character in himself. Because the other characters, they work really well, but him as the Green Arrow, he really needs to shine on his own.
Mm-hmm.
As much as it sucks, like, of course we were excited when we saw all these characters coming in, but then it just got way too overcrowded. So what they did was they broke them up in the worst way possible. And I don't think that there's really any way to repair that sort of thing.
Yeah. But it's cool. It'd be nice to see more scenes like that where it's kind of separated.
Yeah.
So that they could build their own stories.
It was cool. It was weird. It was different. Yeah.
But this one was, of course, focused around Diaz, but...
Yeah, he's just saying like that for...
Yeah,
them,
if they had more like separated stories so they could just build character.
Yeah, for sure.
Character growth, man. It's all about it.
I'm so excited. I think Renee needs to retire. He needs to spend time with his kid.
Yeah, just go do that, dude.
Yeah, for real. I'm sorry. Wild Dog was good, but then I think its run is kind of coming to its course. And
what? Sorry, English.
Yeah,
It's
sorry.
okay.
What else was there? Any theories moving forward? Malcolm's probably alive.
Yeah, he's at the end of this. He's gonna bring them back, like Nyssa, Roy, and Thea.
Yeah.
Whoa, I forgot her name for a second. And he's like, he's the key, and then he stares at Diaz.
Yeah.
Because he in the comics he trains with the original.
Yeah.
Right, and that guy's part of the League.
Yeah.
So I think there's more to his backstory, which might tie in with Nyssa and them.
That'd be dope. What else is there? Black Siren is gonna be showing up on the Flash next week, so that's interesting. What else is there? Oh, I like that. Laurel also referenced Adrian this episode. He's like, I knew the guy that broke me out of this place. Oh no, she was referencing Zoom at first because she's like the guy that brought me here. He was like all messed up in the head. It's kind of like you. But yeah, hopefully there's some redemption for her. We're also gonna see Sarah Lance at the end of the season too. So this is interesting. It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
Definitely need to see more Lance though. He was missing this episode. So
I think he's recovering from the beatdown that Oliver gave him. That was a little
sorting
too
things
much.
out at the office.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's new mayor.
He's a mayor now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, in the preview, he was just like, "You want me to believe that you're Stan Diaz?" That was pretty dope. And then Diaz is like, "If you put me in the ground, I'll lead the city. I'll put you on the ground, you lead the city." It's gonna be a duke out next week, man. If Oliver loses to this dude hand to hand, we saw him the way he was punching people. I know he's good, but like Oliver, his hand to hand is way better than this dude.
Yeah.
If he gets chewed out, I'll be a little upset at the writing.
Maybe he has powers.
Yeah, maybe.
Like he's gonna bring him out.
Access the tattoo. He touches the tattoos and brings it out. Yeah.
It's like the movie that we saw earlier.
Oh, the dragon tattoo.
The dragon.
No, that dude was just mad crazy.
He's like, like you just see his back with like full of tattoos, and he's just like, do you feel it?
Philip Seymour's like, no, God. But yeah, any other?
Sounded so wrong.
Is there any other theories?
No, I think
that's it.
Yeah.
All right, we shall ask the spirit of bears. What did you think of this this whole entire week?
Dude, where's he at? Could you try to find him?
Yeah, where are you at?
Because I'm trying to. I cannot. I thought you were doing the do 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 do, the old school song, like Colors of the Wind or whatever. I don't know. Well, what do you think, dude? What'd you think? Hello? Did you hear?
Oh my god, it's so good. You see it? Okay, the next episode, man, like it can't get here soon enough. Whoa.
Episodes? Yeah.
Very cool.
Episodes.
Very cool. He has a very limited amount of words to use.
Yeah,
but
that's okay. It's the spirit of him.
Yeah,
it's not really him, so.
Or is it really him?
Mind blown.
Hashtag for this week. It's another really weird one other than the you, me, you.
Just do that. Well, my hashtag is hashtag prestige worldwide.
Prestige.
Oh, sorry,
Dragon worldwide.
Hashtag dragon worldwide.
Yeah. Or the Quadrant worldwide.
The dragon
the
or
dragon sounds better.
Sounds better.
That's another thing. It had a dragon, like the arrow thing. But I wish that they hadn't put it straight up because it looked like whoever was making it just didn't think of it. They just put it like it wasn't even a dragon flying up. It was like a dragon that should have been on its side.
Yeah,
but just put it up.
Oh well.
All right. So the hashtag this week is hashtag Cape Trick. Elongated
Nightmare.
Sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
Reunion. Future. Villain.
Very nice.
There you go. I'm not repeating that. You guys could just put that together. That's your favorite episode this week.
Oh, dude. This was tough. Honestly, I'd say Flash.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Dibney's sacrifice will not have been in vain. He's still in there somewhere. He's about to be knocking on DeVoe's brainium in next coming episodes. I agree with that one. That's for sure.
That's tough, though.
It was tough to watch.
With the return of Supergirl. No, I'm saying to pick.
Oh, yeah.
Favorite episode? Yeah, that was a good episode. And then you got the Black Lightning finale. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Krypton was sick because you got that reveal. You know, there's just so many. And then this Arrow thing.
I'll say Flash and Flash and Black Lightning.
Yeah, there's too many. I'll just pick one.
I like them all.
Yeah, I like them all. Very good week. This is a super good week.
Yeah. So with that being said, you guys go leave a comment what you thought about the episode and your theories of what's to come. And if you like, go leave a like down below.
Be sure to check out our social media. If you guys want to see our speed shows separately, they will be in on our Instagram at the Justice Clubhouse. All the links will be down in the description. We post them on Sundays for our Superhero Sundays. And if you guys want to catch our reactions right after the shows, check out our Stardust. We have it's like almost every show, right?
Yeah, it's live.
All the
Except
shows.
for last night because baseball effed us over for Arrow.
Baseball.
Did it again. No wonder
Sorry,
the
Thursday
ratings are
night,
dropping.
because this is going to be on Sunday.
Yeah,
Thursday night baseball sucks. Yeah, we have Stardust down there at Justice Clubhouse, HAUS. Be sure to follow us first when you sign up, and that's pretty much it.
And with that being said, you guys, we shall see you in the next one.
Bye. That's not happening, dude.